All right, we're live. What's going on, everybody? You already know what it is. Nooner Nation podcast for Nooners, by Nooners. We'll get it out of the way at the start of the show because it just crossed my mind. Like and subscribe on YouTube, rate, review on iTunes, go to Spotify, leave a 5-star. Also, hit up repcps.com, buy a funny hat. They also have funny shirts. I think they're doing belts or something now, last I looked, so I need to look back at that.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah. I know. I know the owner who's been on the show before does a lot of leather work, and he hit me up the other day talking about or asking me about ideas for things to put on belts. So maybe they're coming soon. I don't know. We'll let you know if they do. So use the promo code Nooner there, and you'll get 10% off your order. And it's turning like summer's right around the corner, so you definitely need the show me the butthole hat, the skinny dips and
Skinny dip
bong
and
rip.
bong rip.
Yeah, you need all those. So, and yeah, so let's roll. We're live. I understand it is the NFL draft tonight, so we'll see what kind of engagement we get in the live chat. I saw.
Hey, we have Elijah, and that's all we need.
That is
really.
all we need.
He's like a mascot. It's like a golden retriever that pops up.
Elijah, actually, dude, if you follow us on Instagram or like any of us on Instagram or Facebook, like DM me or one of us, and we need to get you on the show as a guest host one of these days. Because you're always like
I talk to
first
Elijah all the
mention.
time on Instagram. I don't know if he would be interested in being on the internet.
Well, maybe we could do like I can figure out how to do like the blacked out face and the electronic voice, like he's some sort of government whistleblower.
I mean, if we pre-record, I could totally do that in Premiere Pro.
Oh yeah,
Hey, Jeep and Justin's here. Fuck yeah. I
Jeepin'.
know Woom's gonna be here in a bit. He had to go on a beer run.
Oh,
We're gonna have like 3 viewers, guys, and it's gonna be fucking rad.
Womb's out on a BEERRUN beer run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on an adventure to a faraway land.
Mm. Yeah.
Elijah, don't talk shit about us not talking all the time. Shut up.
Fuck you, Elijah. You want to like come clear up the dead air?
It's a figure of speech, man. We're in a group together, and it's a beautiful thing. Just
Yeah.
take it as what it is.
Yes. Evil Ginger's here too. She's been on the show. She's rad. We need to get
Oh,
her
hey,
back
we got
on.
like 5 people. Hey, that's a
Dope.
better
Yeah,
turnout.
Ginger.
Dope. So
See, you're loved. You love us. You really love us.
I have.
Who gives a fuck about the draft? Just
I know.
figure it out when they start playing.
I know. I did see.
I
Like,
honestly think the NFL should do that. Just like keep it all quiet until first day of the season.
wouldn't that be awesome? Like they do the draft like privately, and it's all kept quiet until the very first game, and then it's just like, oh, look who's like. They release the rosters like an hour before noon on the first Sunday of football.
Uh, I guess it's just not as fun that way. Well, you know, people can't keep their fucking mouth shut.
Oh
for that
no, you
long
can never.
either,
You could.
so.
It could never happen, but it'd be hilarious.
Do the draft a week before the season begins.
The day. Do it the day before. It was like you're drafted by the Bears. Get on this plane and go. They just have like if they do it at an airport, and it's just a line of private jets. And as you're drafted, you just get on one, and they fly you to where you got to go.
Holy shit. That wouldn't work because like you need that time and like bonding and shit to happen for the teams.
Yeah, the
Can you
hazing.
imagine like you go for like a few different places or scouting you out, so you're at one team for a week and then another team for a week. It's like dating, like speed dating.
Kind of is. It's in reality like obviously
Get
anybody that's going first round of the draft, like you just won a lottery ticket based off of your abilities, as you should. But it is. I mean, you're like you in your off season before the draft, like you are dating a bunch of teams to see who wants to fuck you the most
But in the best way possible.
in a good way. I mean, when I say fuck you the most,
Right.
I mean in the good sense, not
Right.
like they want to fuck you out of
Right.
something. So
Do you mean in like P Diddy's way or like
I don't know. Meek Mill seemed to like it. So
No, no, I'm talking
little
in
bit of
like
A, little bit of B?
I'm talking Tenacious D. You gotta fuck her gently.
I haven't heard that song since I was in fucking
What?
middle
Is
school.
my shit fucking up? Oh, I'm fucking up.
Oh no, she's froze. But at least she froze at a good angle. Oh,
Y'all froze. I don't know what you're talking about.
y'all dumb.
I'm not the problem. You're the
Fuck,
problem.
I froze.
No, I had to click the echo cancel thing on you in our little thing, and for some reason it can't do that and keep the video alive. So, but
Technology struggles, man.
Are there any pro teams in New Mexico?
Fuck no.
No, I didn't
I
think
mean,
so.
we got a soccer team, but like, they fuck them. They don't count.
They don't make any money. They make
Yeah, no.
professional soccer
That like
players.
what, Oklahoma?
I think Oklahoma has. Doesn't Oklahoma City have a basketball team?
Actually, I stand corrected. We have a very low G League professional basketball team that plays at one of the high schools here.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't know if
That's
that
fine.
counts. I appreciate you trying to build your city up, but I don't know if that counts as a professional team. I thought Oklahoma City had a basketball team, maybe. But I don't know. How's everybody's week? Going well?
They're pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Charlie doesn't do anything, so you know.
she just sits in a cave.
I just see like Charlie like on a daily basis just having odd conversations with her cat. And she froze again. Oh, there we go.
Just like my internet.
So, but yeah, mine's been pretty uneventful. I don't know if there's been any big news come out. Taylor Swift released a double album, apparently. I haven't listened to any of it. No?
I didn't listen to it all.
You listened to the whole thing?
From
Yeah,
like
no,
do what?
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 Oh, I
What?
thought you were gonna continue. No, I was gonna say like I've heard some clips of certain songs, and honestly, like some people are saying like they all sound like the same song, and I'm like, yeah, no, that's what I'm getting. Like there's, it's just all like what like. I don't know. It's like going and literally listening to poetry at a fucking shitty cafe that doesn't serve alcohol. Like
Ew.
it's just whining and a little morose and just like, can we get fucking something to like dance to?
I know.
Something a little like poppy.
Yeah, like 22. I had to run into the grocery store earlier today, and 22 was on, and I was even like kind of bebopping down the aisle, like 22.
Right? You know, like she usually, and like maybe there are some on there because there's what 31 fucking songs.
Yeah.
So maybe there are some like that, but I was just like, oh my god, sounds like not whining.
I fuck with Fortnite a lot.
Yeah, like the anti-hero, like that was fun.
Isn't
Certain
Fortnite one of the new
things.
ones?
Yeah, no, Fortnite's the one with Post Malone.
Post
The new
Malone.
album.
Yeah, I almost listened to that today because on YouTube it showed me like the thumbnail for the music video.
I mean, the music video is worth it alone because
Oh.
it's from one of the best cinematographers right now.
We'll have to
game.
watch it. I got distracted because the next thumbnail beside it was the new video from my favorite YouTube channel, Boat Zone Miami. So I was like, Taylor Swift's flat ass or fat ass chicks on a yacht. I'm going fat ass chicks on a yacht. So,
All right, I'm not gonna. Yeah, so Elijah just brought this up. Yes, I do have Hardy F. They finally started selling it here.
I'm gonna kill myself because we don't have Hard AF in New Mexico, and we never will.
You'll get it eventually.
Is that pina colada?
But yes,
that's my second
and I'm
favorite.
not gonna lie,
That's my second favorite one.
Not gonna lie, pina colada fucks hard.
Yeah.
dude. I just took my first sip. I am not a coconut fan
I hate
whatsoever
coconut.
because Most of the time, for me, it just tastes like suntan lotion.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that very artificial.
Oh yeah.
This is fucking rad as hell.
Oh yeah. The first time I
Like,
had it was at the beach. Last time I went to Florida, I had some shipped down to our hotel, and I had it by the pool, and the pool was by
Oh.
the beach, and I was like, "This is perfect," because it tastes like, I don't know how to describe it. Like it doesn't taste like suntan lotion, but it tastes like you should have suntan lotion on you.
no, it literally tastes like a pina colada, like you're on the fucking beach and you just ordered one and they
Tastes like
handed it.
summer.
Yes.
That's incredible. And I remember the last time I was in Austin, which was like last year, they had just taste tested them, and I'd asked him like, how was the coconut?" And he was like, "It was fucking awesome." And I was like, "Cool," because because I'm very wary when it comes to coconut
Oh,
flavored shit.
yeah, I hate coconut.
Holy balls!
Or I guess,
And honestly, for I don't know what other like how many other 8% seltzers there are out there other than the White Claw Surges.
ugh, which tastes like cough syrup.
This kicks the shit out of them all. I mean, I'm even talking about the other Hardy F flavors.
Yeah, pina colada is good.
This you can't taste shit other than delicious flavoring.
Oh yeah.
Wow,
I can't wait to try that green apple one that they're dropping.
Yeah.
that's exciting. I'm not gonna lie, I fucking loved the shit out of the Bud Light seltzer sours,
Oh,
yeah.
those were so good.
Never had 'em.
Especially the blue raspberry one.
and I
Ooh.
can't believe, excuse me, they discontinued them. Those stupid fucks.
Hmm.
But
Aren't they
that
back
green
for the summer?
No, they haven't been back for a while. I think they just completely discontinued them, probably because like this citric acid is so expensive, and that's what's going to make it sour. So they were like, we're just not going to
Yeah.
do that."
Did you guys ever
But their green apple was amazing.
did you guys ever hit
Do
up
what?
did you guys hit up Zima when they came back for the summer?
Oh yeah, I had just turned 9. It was the summer I graduated. I was 19.
Good
Oh,
God, it makes me
I
feel
know
old.
Zima.
I was on vacation with my wife and my youngest son when I hit that up. I was like, "Oh yeah, Zima," because Ross was always going on about Zima, and obviously when
Mhm.
Zima was a thing, I was like 12, so I never
I
had
think
it.
I saw a Mad TV sketch about Zima, but isn't it like Smirnoff Ice?
Kind of. That's what I thought it was gonna be, but it was a
Because
lot
they
more.
look the
It
same.
was a lot more just like pure citrus. And it was another one of those ones like I bought it in Florida, and our rental house had like its own pool. And it was like really hot, and I was like, "Ooh, like I'm gonna crack open one of these ice cold Zimas." Like you take down the first one, and you're like, "Ooh, that was refreshing." And then about halfway through the second one, you're just kind of like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna move on to something else."
I love this.
Like Bud Light Lime, remember that? Or that might still be a thing. I
Ugh.
don't know.
That I loved Bud Light Lime, like when you're at the pool and it's hot outside,
Oh yeah.
but you couldn't just like fucking pound the
No,
shit out
the
of
first
that.
one you're hot. Yeah, like you're by the pool. I used to like. I would go get like one or two of them before like I'd go play golf in the summer, because like you're hot. It was like, ooh, that first one tastes good, and then yeah, near the end of that second one, you're like, yeah, I just kind of want normal beer now. You know.
Yes, the Michelob Cactus Lime is pretty good. It's
Mm.
similar and it's easier to drink, like one after the other. But I don't know, sometimes they just I like the seltzers. Like you can just pound the fuck out of these seltzers
Oh yeah, yeah.
over like beer.
That's the issue too with when I like I said when we went to Florida, I had 3 cases, or I guess yeah no, yeah 3 cases, so almost 75 cans of Hard AF delivered to the resort we were at in Florida. Shout out Don Cesar, it's fucking dope. Um, and yeah, I quickly learned you can't sit and drink those by the pool all day. Um, there's a couple of nights I don't really remember
was about to say, well, you can.
Oh, you can,
can.
because I did.
It's just not gonna be a fun time the
I guess
next day.
I guess I shouldn't say you can't. I'm saying you shouldn't.
There, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because yeah, there
I
was
have
a few nights I
I
was
have
like,
the worst fucking problem with learning to take a fucking break and drink some water in between drinks.
oh
But
yeah.
I'm
Especially when
like,
the
no.
drinks taste good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like motherfucking Thor, like another.
Uh-huh.
And then the next morning, I can't stop throwing up. So that's super fun. I actually did that Monday,
Ooh.
and I threw up in a restaurant toilet Tuesday.
Congratulations, Charlie.
Thanks. Yeah, you asked
Nice.
how the week was going. That's how I fucking started mine. So
Nice. I can't remember the last time I threw up in public.
I think that might have been my first time. It's not my first time. I was a human water fountain at the Pearl in San Antonio a few years ago.
I remember one
That's a beautiful visual, Charlie.
So before my wedding, my wife's bachelorette party was the night before my bachelor party. So she went off with her friends and did whatever. And I hung out, like all my family was in town for the wedding. So I was hanging out with my uncles at my parents' house. I was like, oh, I'm going to take it easy. If you've ever drank with people from the Midwest, like you don't take it easy. You think you take it easy, and then you realize you don't. I think between me and like two of my uncles, we polished off like at least one bottle of bourbon and then probably like a 30 rack of something cheap. So the morning before my bachelor party, I had to go to the jeweler to pick up the wedding rings because we had to get them resized. Left it to the last minute. But I was like, I'm hungover. Know what I need to do? Chug a bunch of red Gatorade. So I was just like slamming red Gatorade. I think I drank like
That red 40.
I think I drank like 3 bottles of red Gatorade. And we're walking down Main Street of my hometown. And I'm with my brother and his, at the time, girlfriend. And I'm like, my brother's just like, you feeling okay? I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. And then all of a sudden, I was like, nope, not fine. And I'm like trying to find an alley to run down to. Didn't make it. On the sidewalk, just projectile vomit. A gallon of red Gatorade. It looked like something out of a fucking horror movie. It was like, just red. Everywhere. Ugh. I felt
It's
better
always
after.
worse when you drink something colored and you're like, oh god.
Oh no, the real problem was too is like I'd just gotten done drinking one. So it was like this weird mix of like hot and cold coming up out of my esophagus. Not fun. It was rough. And then
I had one of the Body Armor IVs.
okay.
And I got the strawberry kiwi or some shit like that. Super sweet. So of course that was all I could taste coming up, and I was like, well, at least it's not the worst thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I threw up after I ate, which I had like some potatoes and eggs.
Yeah.
I don't recommend throwing that up.
Yeah.
No.
Then the problem turned
Throwing
into
up fucking potato like home fries. Because it feels exactly like it does going down.
Yeah. Yeah. The problem.
No, it's just that chunky hard.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like dry. It's like, how is this dry?
Yeah.
Exactly. And like,
And it looks. And it also.
I had a man friend here, and I was like,
yeah.
I'm gonna be right back.
It also looks like it looks identical when it comes out. It looks identical as when it went in. So you're like, God damn.
Oh, especially if it's like scrambled eggs and potatoes.
Dude,
Well,
hash
thankfully
browns.
it was
hash browns.
It was all yellow because it was like mostly bile coming up with it, and then it was those things are mostly mushy, so it blended well. Let's just say that.
It's just the body letting the evil out. What actually sucked more than me just throwing up red Gatorade all over a sidewalk was that
This looks like blood.
yeah, And I'm sure if there was children around, they remember that to this day. Like I saw a man throwing up blood. I thought it was a zombie apocalypse. Because I was probably like shuffling, like. I threw up so hard and so much that it like got into like the sinus in the back of my throat and made it all swollen up and sore.
Ooh.
And then that evening, we were heading to Charlotte for my bachelor party. We stopped at a place called Cookout. And if you're not familiar with Cookout, Cookout is like a regional burger place in the Carolinas, much like In-N-Out Burger and Whataburger, right? Like you could only get it there, and it's fucking awesome. So we stopped to get some, and I just could not eat it because my like sinuses in my throat were just so sore. Like every bite I took just burned.
Oh.
I was like, God, this is hell. And then I had to end up being like the most sober person at my bachelor party, which made it worse because my best friend and my then future brother-in-law decided to just get completely wrecked on the way down there. You know, so it was like, well, I guess somebody has to be the responsible one here. And I still drank, but like they were hammered before.
Right, but then like you don't want to be like that on your wedding day either. I'm assuming this was right.
We planned it out. We had a day buffer. I had a day buffer. So
yeah, that's how to do it.
Anybody that does a bachelor party or bachelorette party the day or like the night before a wedding is out of their fucking mind. Or boring.
I always thought like that. I guess like TV and movies made it seem like that was what the thing was like literally right before. But it's like, no, dude, do that shit if you can a fucking month in advance. Like, don't wait.
Definitely give yourself some some recovery time. Now, granted,
yes,
it was the rehearsal dinner the next night after that, and like my like best friend who was just fucking hammered. He was like, him and my brother-in-law were so drunk that entire night. We woke up at like noon the next day, and both of them were still too drunk to drive. So I'm driving like my brother-in-law's rental car back. And
so this is how we know you don't do coke.
No, I don't. Sorry. I'm driving. I forget what the main highway through Charlotte is, but it's a pretty big highway, and it's like 5 lanes each way. And I'm in like the 5th lane, just booking it. And my friend's in the back, and I just kind of hear him like, whoa. I'm like, dude, you all right? He's like, yeah, I'm good. I was like, do I need to pull over? He's like, no, we're good. And then he's just
Not yet.
He's like, no, pull over now. And I like IndyCar this bitch across 5 lanes of traffic to get it over. And he hops out of the car and just starts everything coming up. It's just like, calling out the dinosaurs. And then I look over and realize that he is throwing up off an overpass. I was like, yep, bro, get in the car. Like, get it all out and get back in the car. We need to go.
We cannot stay here. We cannot linger.
There's some family like, what the fuck? Like, somebody just puked all over our car.
Ugh.
This was after the night before on my bachelor party. We had to kind of run away because he was so drunk. I told him he had gotten cut off. He hadn't, but I knew at this point, dude, you need to take a break. So we went, and I think I've told this story before, but we're at this rooftop bar in Charlotte, and I think it's 12 stories up. And he's drunk, my brother-in-law's drunk, my other friend is fucking around with this waitress we met at a previous bachelor party that we call Mr. Chow, because every time we're in Charlotte, she shows up and weird shit happens. I was like, yeah, you're cut off, man. And I find a bachelorette party that had a private table. So I was like, hey, you have a bachelorette party? Like, I'm having a bachelor party. Like, let's sit at your table. Anyways, I lose track of the drunk friend. Next thing I know, I'm like, oh shit, where is he? He comes like stumbling out from the bar with like 2 drinks in his hands and glasses. He's like, guys, they must have forgot I was cut off. And I was like, do not drink those. And he like a kid, like he panics and just slams them both down. 2 gin and tonics, slams them down, and then chucks the glasses off the rooftop. And I was like, yep, now we have to leave. Goodbye. Like, just grab him.
I mean, what else are
And I'm
you
like,
supposed to
and
do?
I'm like, looking, I was like, where's my brother-in-law? I go inside, and he's like on the dance floor, and he's probably like, I don't know, 5'10" at the time, like 120 pounds. And he's on the dance floor getting tag teamed by these 2 like 200-pound black girls, just sandwiching him, just twerking the fuck out of him like he's in a paint shaker. So I have to grab him and then we run away. So, fun night
Damn
overall.
it, dude. That's wild.
Fun night overall, I guess. Good story. At the time,
Like,
I
it's
was
always fun to be that piece of shit that people are like chasing after, not being the one who has to chase.
Womb, I'm not a fun
I'm
sponge.
usually that person that people have to chase.
I typically am too. It's just one of those things I realized, like the last thing I need to do 2 nights before I get married is get as wild as they are, because somebody will be arrested, and it'll probably be me. So I was like,
Yeah, somebody has to be the parent.
yeah.
Yeah, no. Sometimes I get bombed and I just wander off and end up on side quests.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that fun though?
Oh,
That's-
so fun.
My girlfriends are always like, damn it, Charlie. And I'm like, look, I'm either one of 3 places, in line for the motherfucking bathroom, in line for the fucking bar, or I'm outside trying to bum cigarettes off a
Yeah.
stranger.
You're outside trying to be a dirtbag and bum a cigarette off a stranger. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Hey,
like, well, I have to tell
hey,
people, like,
let me
I
have one.
quit, but would you mind? And, like, I don't go up to women because that's obviously way too hard. You know, so I find some person not drink or not smoking fucking reds because I don't want to do that to myself. But it's also like that's the funnest fucking way to meet people you will never meet or talk to. But I've heard some fucking wild ass stories. I've heard fucking don't remember by some some folks, but
We should
actually,
make
that's the thing. Like, I'll do those 3 things in order, and so I'm gone for like 45 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, honestly, it really wasn't that crazy, guys.
That sounds like something we should do
I just
one
didn't
day.
want to fucking
It's
come
like,
and sit down.
just go to like some random like college town and videotape, like get like some lav mics, and we can just do it on our phones and just record conversations that we have, like going outside and trying to bum cigarettes from people outside of like college dive bars.
I bet mine will be a lot more pleasant than yours.
Probably.
For some reason.
Mine will probably end up like my phone will be broke because I ended up with a fight with some frat kid.
Oh no, I'm actually a pretty charming person.
That's the thing. Like, it was never like young kids that I was with. It was always older
Yeah,
people,
it's
like
some
30s,
like
40s.
it's some like divorced dad smoking Camel Lights, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And then you like get in a group of people, and
yeah.
I was in the Navy. Oh shit!
Damn, you don't look gay.
It's always fun. You seaman?
All right, so on to the question of the week. Question of the week: the dumbest thing you caught doing as a kid. I can tell mine before we start this. My freshman year of high school, I got suspended for a week. Because I made counterfeit tickets to the homecoming dance and sold them. And I got caught. Well, I got caught for a couple reasons. The main reason they figured something was up was because they only sold 45 tickets to the homecoming dance, and there was like 290 people at the dance. But they also like the ticket was literally just like a piece of paper, like printer paper that just said ticket. So the second I bought one, I was like, huh, this is really easy.
I can do that.
So I just went home and printed out sheets of these tickets and was selling to people. But then, like the night of homecoming, like at the homecoming football game before the dance, like I had like the whole racket going. Like I wasn't one at a time in them. I was like selling packs of them to people, and then they would go sell them to people.
I'm not gonna lie. With the mental image that not to, I mean, yes, I'm interrupting you, but I'm sorry. But like the mental image I have right now is you as fucking Gator, and
No.
what is that movie called?
Oh, the other guys.
The other guys?
No.
That's what I'm just picturing you as Gator, but
Oh,
high school.
That's probably what I thought I was like, but in reality, I was like, by the time I was in middle school, I was like 6 foot tall, probably 115 pounds, with frosted tips, probably wearing a visor and a puka shell
It
necklace.
was a fucking time though that you were like that was the fucking look in that time.
Yeah, like I had the full blown fucking like Justin Timberlake look, you know, like
Oh,
frosted
hell
out,
yeah.
spiked, like
Because
fucking.
it was what, like 02?
That would have been 01, 02. I graduated in
Yeah,
06.
man, that was
so,
the fucking thing to do.
I thought I was dope because I would wear my visor upside down and then clip my cell phone to the bottom of it.
All right, now you're just Malibu's most wanted.
Mhm. Yeah, pretty much.
All right, Jamie Kennedy.
Pretty much. I had Air Forces, so I never
Mental
wore.
image I have.
I wasn't wearing velour though. Velour didn't happen for me until after I got out of high school.
Yeah.
Really?
And I was
Yeah, it
I
was
was
like 04
I was
shit.
late to that train. I just did it ironically. I will say though, a velour tracksuit is very comfortable. I'm
I
glad.
forgot the guy, but like the guys had like the comfortable baggy ones, and then we had
Oh,
the
yeah.
Juicy Couture ones that were like
Oh.
skin fucking tight.
Oh yeah, that said
Low-waisted.
juicy across the ass with the whale tail hanging out.
Mhm.
God, take me back, please.
Mine said choose juicy on it. So
Nice.
that was fun.
God.
But I didn't get mine until like later when it wasn't so cool. But I was like, I'm keeping it alive. Fuck all of
Yeah,
you.
I think it's coming back. I think the velour tracksuit stuff's coming back.
I mean, that's just by the time it hit Lubbock, Charlie.
Paris
Oh,
Hilton.
honey, they did not have a Juicy Couture here. This was from Dallas.
Yeah, it came from.
No, that's why I'm
Dallas.
saying. That's just around the time it hit your small town.
That was in the TJ Maxx.
I wasn't even in Lubbock yet.
That was in the
I was
TJ.
still
That was in the
living in my
TJ Maxx in Charlie's Town, like a year after it went out of style.
It was still stupidly expensive.
Oh,
so
of course
nah.
it was. What was some other style from them? Good God, we can reminisce about that all day. But anyways, so I sold all these dance tickets, and I was like fucking Tony Montana, like just selling like 10 at a time to people, and then they go sell them. They come back for more. And then I was in the dance, getting grinded on by a senior because I was fucking that dope. And one of my dudes, one of my guys come buying packs from one of my dealers, came up. He's like, "Hey man, can I talk to you for a minute?" I was like, "Yeah." So we go out, and it was in the high school gym. So we walked out where like the cafeteria was, and immediately I see the principal, the vice principal, and our school resource officer like looking at me, like from different places.
He's wearing a wire.
And he's like, "Hey man, you got any more of those tickets?" And I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about, man." I like went back into the dance, and then like immediately all three of them came in and grabbed me. They're like, "Hey, outside now." And then the resource officer, who by the way was just like this fat fucking dipshit of a fucking police officer. No respect to any police officers out there. I respect what you do. He was a dumbass. the entire time I was in high school was the resource officer, and he was a fucking moron. Like he like holds out one of the tickets, like, you want to tell me about this? And I already at that point I knew like I was fucking done. I was like, yeah, I made a bunch of them and sold them. He was like, well, you got two options, and he's trying to be like all hard, like he's probably like 300 pounds. He's like trying to be all hard and like pulls his handcuffs out. He's like, I can either call your parents or I can arrest you and take you downtown. One thing.
For what? Pig?
I know. One thing about me, and it's been this way pretty much my entire life. One thing I'm a very, very easygoing guy, but if you want to turn me into a complete dickhead, like, try to intimidate me with dumb shit. So immediately, like, the dickhead comes out. I'm like, arrest me. He's like, what? I was like, arrest me. He's like,
I'll call your bluff, bitch.
I know. And he like the fear on his face. He's like, what? I was like, yeah. Instead of calling my parents, arrest me. For one, I would rather be behind bars when you call my mom and tell her that like I'm being suspended from school, and because she could be pissed, but also once her being pissed about me being suspended dies down, she's gonna be really pissed at you for arresting me for selling fake dance tickets. Like, so I was like, yeah, arrest me. He's like, I'm calling your parents. Like, no, my options were, I was not helping myself out at all, by the way. I was like,
well, you
no.
weren't helping him out, and that's what's more important.
He's like, give me your parents' phone number. And I was like, no, you said my options were either call my parents or you arrest me. I'm choosing to be arrested. Well, it turns out like he's like, I'm not going to arrest you. I was like, I know. Here's my parents' phone number. And I ended up getting suspended for a week. So.
Holy shit. So they didn't do like an in-school suspension. You were like legit.
No, yeah, I stayed at home. And obviously my mom, furious about the whole fucking thing. My dad was mad when my mom was around. When mom wasn't around, he thought it was the most hilarious thing on the fucking planet.
I'm proud of you, son.
He's like, oh. And then, like, I remember because that was like a Friday night. It was after like a football game on a Friday night. And they're like, bring him in Monday morning so we can get this all sorted out. On the way to the school Monday morning, I'm like, my dad's taking me, and he's like, how much money did you make off of selling those tickets? And I was like, about like $400. He's like, tell him you made $150.
Lie to him.
So I ended up doing that. Like, they're like, you're gonna pay us.
That's good parenting.
They're like, you're paying us that $150 back. And I was like, okay, here you go. Here's the $150.
Mm-hmm.
And I just chilled out at the house playing Xbox for a week. So.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's just kind of like, what does that really do? Like, you're gonna make up that work, and then that doesn't really do anything.
It didn't,
like an in-school suspension is worse because at least you have to be there, but you're isolated. You still have to do the fucking work.
Well, yeah. When I went in that
Can't
Monday, like I
talk.
had to go to like each one of my classes, like classrooms, and like get my work for the week. So I just did it in like 2 hours at home, and I was done for the week. Like,
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. Well, that's not. Did y'all have in-school suspension?
We did.
ISS?
Oh yeah, no, we had in-school suspension.
yeah,
That shit was the
ISS, and I
worst.
got it once because I only had it once ever. It was because I was walking out to my car. It was my senior year of high school. I had left my gym clothes in my car, and I was walking out to my car in the parking lot to get them. And the kid who parked next to me was in his car smoking a cigarette, and the security guard saw him, and I was standing there. So he took us both to the office. Like, oh, they're both smoking cigarettes. So I was like, I'm not smoking cigarettes. I don't smoke. Granted, I did at the time, but they're like, well, you're getting 1 day of ISS because he's saying you're smoking a cigarette. I was like, okay, whatever. And it was
I had it a lot.
it fucking sucked. That was way worse than spending the day at home for a week.
Right?
It was terrible. It sucked.
I remember
I
in
was
like
a
6th
good
grade.
girl, and I never got any of that.
Anyways, on to the questions. First one. So the stupidest, or was it the dumbest thing you ever got caught doing as a kid? Took my dad's Playboys to school in 3rd grade. Got caught due to the crowd gathering. I remember.
That's a good one.
I remember like some friends of mine. They were twins, and I was at their house, and we found their dad's Playboys, and I think we might have been like 2nd grade. So I had no clue about like human anatomy at all. So it was just like, and no, it wasn't Playboy. It was Penthouse. It was like fucking hardcore shit from like the
Most
70s.
those raunchier with like spread
From like
eagle
the, oh
fucking-
yeah. It was like, I remember it now. There's like some full bush chick, like literally just like grabbing hold of her lips and pulling them open. And I'm like, what am I looking at? Like, why is there hair? What is she opening? I don't understand this. And then I grew to understand it. And I'm totally into it now. Next one. Got caught by my mom with my pants down touching myself. Yeah, who hasn't? Who hasn't? Who hasn't?
Oh,
My mom totally walked in on me watching porn one time. But back before porn was easy. I had to risk like computer aids by downloading it off of LimeWire first.
oh gosh.
It took 3.5 hours to get like a 2-minute clip.
See, what I thought was more embarrassing was in high school when I'd get caught having sex.
I don't know. I think I'd rather be caught having sex than caught jerking off. Both have happened to me. And I think
Yeah.
being caught jerking off is way more embarrassing.
Depends on the situation.
Getting stuck in between 2 twin beds for doing an elbow drop to my wrestling buddy Kevin Nash. I was stuck and was calling for help for a good 10 minutes before my sister helped me out. So, okay. So he's doing an elbow drop and got stuck and was there for 10 minutes. That's funny.
Your kid, help!
Help!
Right?
Help! Kevin Nash has to deal with... Mankind never had to call for help for 10 minutes. It was right there.
That was Mick Foley.
Mick Foley, beam, Mr. Sacco,
That was Mankind.
Cactus Jack. Bye-bye.
Dude, okay, that guy was fucking genius. For
I
all of
know.
that.
Maybe we can get him on the show. I
Not to
don't-
go on a tangent about wrestling, which is something that's very new to me. I watched some documentaries about them, and I was like, "This is
No, Mick Foley.
Fucking-
Mick Foley was the shit. You know how many
Yeah,
times?
Mick Foley's a fucking G.
You know how many times me and my
Holy
brother be
shit.
doing something, and the next thing you know, one of us had a sock on our hand, stuffing it in the other one's mouth.
I mean, number one, the marketing on that, he got to market like 3 different characters at once.
Oh yeah, brilliant.
And then number 2,
That he owns the rights to.
he was a glutton for pain.
Oh yeah.
And like
Bleeding
the
all
shit
over
he
the
did in
place.
Japan, like
Hmm.
what the fuck? Like I said, I literally in the last few months, like this is all very new to me, and it's fascinating. I'm fascinated by it.
Another thing we need to do, we need to do like a live or like a watch along to WrestleMania 1.
I'm fucking down, man.
Let's do it. Let's
Okay.
do it.
Like at first it was Rhea Ripley. She got me interested, and then
Is
it
she
was
the
Mommy.
Iron-
is she the new gothy one?
Yeah, the one that has the Motionless in White performing her intro.
Yeah.
She's amazing. And then it was Iron Claw. Because I was like, what the fuck is this? And I found out it was like all these, Texas boys. And I was like, oh, all right, I'll look into it. And then it was like the most tragic fucking story I've ever heard.
It's such a good movie, though.
Dude, the fucking movie doesn't even barely touches on the true tragedy. They literally fucking kept the youngest brother out who also killed himself. So it's
Yeah,
like
he
there's
shot
even-
himself in the head with the same gun his brother killed himself with, too.
I'm not sure about that, but either way, just fucking tragedy all over. And I was like, okay. So I was watching documentaries about them before the movie came out, and then it just kept playing. So I watched one about Macho Man, Ric Flair, who is my
yeah.
man. I fucking love Ric Flair.
Woo! North Carolina's
and
owned,
then
by the way.
You
What
can't
up?
keep these alligators down.
All right, we're tangenting though. We got a lot of these to get through.
other ones, yes, but yes, I would. Yes,
So we got to do a
I would be into that.
WWE episode. We'll do a WWE episode. Pissing on my neighbor's wooden fence, which is also where he chose to house his pet rabbits in a giant cage. Okay, so you pissed all over your neighbor's rabbits.
Were the rabbits into it?
I don't know what rabbits are into.
Was it consensual?
My mom had this decorative vase she kept under our TV on the entertainment center. I got caught pissing in it. Not red-handed, but when she went to clean it, she found out. Nice. As a teen in high school, I got caught skipping because little did I know, my parents had to come to school that day and no one could find me. The school never caught up with me, but my parents did in the parking lot of a grocery store getting high with my cousin. Yeah, sounds like that's a high school story.
Oh yeah.
Every time I got caught skipping school, it's just like some random, like somehow, like me and like my dad would be like passing by in the same place at the same time. Probably buying weed from the same person.
I got caught making a fake email for my parents one time.
Yeah, I got caught. The first time I went to the principal's office was in 5th grade because I think I called this kid a Nazi. Not really knowing what I mean. I knew, but I didn't. I was just like talking shit as a 5th grader. Turns out he's Jewish and took huge offense to that. So I went to the principal's office. So I forged the signature on the paper I had to have my parents sign. They never found out though. My mom knew later on when she became a administrator and actually looked up my record because it was in there. But I was like 17 by then, so no one cares.
My first year of college, we had an exchange student from Germany, and a fucking idiot I went to high school with. No, it wasn't. Okay, never mind. He was from Alabama. Straight up called that dude a Nazi. And I have never seen someone become so fucking serious,
Oh, they don't. Yeah, you don't play that
and
shit.
angry at the same time,
Oh, yeah.
and I was like,
Yeah, you don't play that
"Oh
shit
my
with
God."
German. So next
No,
one.
the fuck they don't. No, the fuck they don't.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
Gator
a
don't play
very
that shit.
serious accusation.
Yeah. Well, actually, when I went to Munich, a lot of people I know warned me like, do not, unless you're like,
Yeah.
like we went. I went to Dachau, like the concentration camp there. It's like, but if you're out in public, do not ever bring it up.
No, like that shit, like they will take you to fucking jail
Oh yeah.
at a point. Like
Yeah. So
It's like, hey, remember what you assholes did in the 40s?
they don't like to be reminded. No,
so
they don't want to think about what their grandparents did.
next one.
Oh, grandpappy.
Yeah. Next one. My mom walked in on me in the middle of riding my pillow like Seabiscuit.
That was a girl.
Yeah, I would assume so. I'm not humping pillows. Oof.
Oh my god, womb, it's Germany's N-word, literally.
It is, yes.
You motherfucker.
Yes, it is. Charlie,
It's
what
the
would
end-
you do if your mom had walked in on you just like pants off, grinded down on a pillow?
No, see, this is why I did shit in the bathroom that had door locks.
Mm-hmm.
And it would make sense of like, what am I doing in here? I'm taking a shit and I don't want somebody to walk in. I wasn't a fucking idiot when it came to this stuff.
So, in high school, I pulled a "Hey, Mister" on a guy outside the gas station. Turns out he was a plainclothes cop.
What the fuck is a hey
A "Hey, Mister"? You know what that is?
Hey, mister.
Hey, Mister,
Can you buy us
can
some
you buy me
beer?
some beer?
Oh, that sucks. No, we had some. I can't remember what this was called, but you would just run in and grab the beer and fucking run out and steal it.
That's called
Beer
stealing.
run.
That's
yeah,
called
beer run.
that's called burglary.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't do it, but I drank the beer. So
Drink the beer.
When I was in high school, we had two places. There was a gas station that was attached to a Burger King, and they would only sell us Smirnoff Ice. If you tried to buy anything else, they'd card us. So I don't think they knew. Funny enough, both places were owned by foreign people. The gas station I'm talking about was owned by an Asian lady. So I don't know if she knew that Smirnoff Ice had alcohol in it. Don't know. And then there was a hotel, an hourly rate hotel that had like a package store at the front desk, but it was run by like Indians, like true Indian, not natives, Indians.
Yeah, what you
the
mean?
no- it was a-
is
it
it a
was-
Travelodge?
No, it was the No-Tell Motel is what we called it. It was actually called the Bon Air Motel. And he would only sell us, if you wanted to buy anything with tobacco, it would only be dip, and you had to buy it by the roll. And if you wanted to buy alcohol, it was only King Cobra 40s, and you had to buy it by the case. You know how many King Cobra 40s I've drank in my fucking high school years?
That doesn't
So
sound
many.
fun, my man. That doesn't
Edward,
sound fun
Edward
at all.
40 hands is all we fucking did.
See, I had older sisters that were like 21 when I was 15.
Ah, see, there you go.
That was my saving grace.
I had friends' parents who were just degenerates who'd buy us alcohol. So
Yeah.
That's another thing of like, there are some parents who were like, I did this shit. I know you're going to do it.
Yeah.
I'd rather you do it here. Well, you will stay here.
See, that was
And like,
that was
as
my
an
parents.
adult, like it's but it's
Yeah.
at the same point, like when you have kids
I
and
don't
you know
know.
they're gonna do it.
that
What would
was
you rather
that
want?
was very much my parents. Like my dad was from fucking London, right? He was drinking since the day he was fucking born, and my mom grew up on a farm in Indiana. So like, they were both like, "Hey." Now, granted, like they would give me like beer and stuff, but just me. Like they would never buy it for me, like for my friends or anything. But
Yeah.
they were like, "Hey, we know what you're doing, just don't fuck up," kind of thing. Like if you fuck up, like if you get a DUI, like you're fucked. We're giving you the rope to hang yourself with. Like don't fuck up. And I turned out fine, I guess, on certain scales. Never spent too much time in a jail in America. My wife's parents, though, insanely strict. And when she was in high school, she was fucking buck wild, getting in all sorts of fucking trouble. So I was like, we've talked about it. I was like, I don't know as a parent what we're gonna do, but like, I do feel like you can't try to shelter your kids too much, because even like I had friends that parents would shelter them the second, for one, they still drank and partied and stuff. The second they got out of the house and went to college, went fucking insane. So, anyways, on to the next one.
I mean, that's like the thing of like girls versus boys, but
Yeah, probably.
Godspeed, man.
Got caught smoking weed in my room. Tried to say it was a candle, thinking my dad had probably never smelled pot before. No, it's a candle. It's a candle. Like, motherfucker, like, I smoked weed too. I know what it smells like. It's not a candle. I can see me trying to pull off some dumb shit like that. Got busted shoplifting Victoria's Secret lingerie for my girlfriend.
That's a good one.
High school boys do the dumbest shit.
I just wonder if it was the right size.
I would assume. Even if it's not, just make sure it's a little too small, right? Caught buying beer with a fake ID that said I was 31. I was actually 16. I was actually 16. There ain't a
Golly.
16-year-old on the planet that's passing off as 31.
Why would you even try that?
I know.
could see like 21.
It's like McLovin. It's like, this says you're 23 or what it was. It was like, how many 21s do you think 21-year-olds are in this town? Genius. Like, you're like, yeah. Ugh. Did you guys ever have a fake ID? I never had a fake ID.
No, I never did
I
one.
played the 5th.
Whoa! Neighbor spotted me peeping on her tanning topless.
Okay. Come on. Like, you have to be fucking vigilant when you're doing shit like that, especially when you have close neighbors of like, if someone sees you, they're gonna fucking look. You have to be fucking careful with doing that. You can't just be carte blanche and
Come on.
like, oh.
I've
No
Bitch.
one's looking at me.
I've seen
Yeah,
enough.
exactly.
I've seen enough
Like,
Pornhub.
be a little bit. You have to be fucking stealthy if you don't want anyone to fucking see you, or you just don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit of both.
I've seen enough Pornhub. She wanted him to see. Okay.
Like, just, yeah, like you live in fucking town, you dumb bitch.
You don't live out in the middle of nowhere.
The
Yeah, which is why it's my goal to be able to live somewhere where I can walk in the front of my house and in the back of my house completely naked and no one see me.
By the way, Charlie's address is. I'm just kidding.
I'm not there now.
Okay.
I live in fucking town.
Oh. High school gym teacher found me giving a boy a BJ in the locker room.
That happened in my school one time.
Brazen. You can't wait till school's out and you just go suck them off in the car?
In the bathroom. Yeah.
Woo.
Teenagers do that shit.
They do be doing that shit.
Hey man, that's what's fun.
Yeah, you want to get caught.
You know about it, of like the excitement of it, and you're like, you're not, you know, it's the
Oh, yeah.
that taboo.
Oh, especially when you're like a high schooler. It's all about like
I'm definitely
how
not supposed to be
how
doing
far can we take this before we get caught?
this. The only way to one up it is if it was with a teacher and you completely ruin their life.
Is that one upping? Well, I mean, fuck that teacher, I guess. But
I mean, it would be a one up of like, oh, I did it with a, you know,
yeah.
I don't know why my brain went there. It just did. Don't question it.
All right, Mr. Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do that. No. I mean, I did have an 18-year-old boyfriend when I was 15. I could have ruined his life.
So did most.
Freudian slips over here with Charlie.
No, I knew plenty of girls that were like, not freshmen, but like sophomore and juniors that had boyfriends that were like past graduation age.
We did have teachers that fucked male students, but they made sure that they were 18.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Go for it.
Like one of them would pull the guys out of classrooms. Like, oh, I need so and so right now. He's gonna come and help me. And the other teacher fucking knew it and
God.
was like, "You piece
I
of
know.
shit."
Like my problem was I aged well. I wasn't that hot back then, right? Like now I just aged well. Like man, if I was like me back in high school, I would have made the paper.
No, this bitch would get like the star football players,
Yeah, I bet she did.
and
She-
then one of the guys wasn't a
If you were
star
a
football player.
if you were a semi hot teacher, you could fuck any student in that school you wanted to.
Oh, dude. Okay, so this is another tangent, but this needs to be said. So she was a junior English teacher, and she would give her fucking phone number to everyone in her class, which was every junior, because she was the only one, by means of, if you're drinking, please don't drive.
Call me.
instead.
Uh-huh.
And-
She's out to
and-
get fucked.
One of the guys took a fucking video of her giving him a rim job.
What? A rib job?
God damn.
Damn. Do you
And
still,
then
do
his
you still have her
twin
number?
brother and one of their friends also filmed her in her car, like going up to their parents' house and picking him up.
Do you still have her number? No? All right.
No, but
Moving on.
I'm sure I can just ask junior kids right now.
Okay. Anyways, speaking of numbers, I sent the girl next door a, in all caps, very raunchy text. Knock on my door a few minutes later. Her dad was using her phone when I sent it. Did you hear that one, Charlie?
No, I'm sorry. I
Okay.
was reading the chat.
Sorry. So I sent the girl next door a very raunchy text. Knock on the door a few minutes later. Her dad was using her phone when I sent it.
Oh, that sucks. Oh, that's a tight spot. Twite. That's a twite spot.
Thought it would be a good idea to sell my pain pills at school. Got suspended for a year. I know
A
somebody did
year?
that. You know? I know somebody,
Damn.
really good friend of mine, sold painkillers at school. Sold one for $1, and she had to go to like the alternative school for the rest of her high school career.
Damn.
Wow.
That was the last one because the next one's a butt. So
I have two
Okay.
that were sent to me.
okay,
One of them was him, his girl cousin, and boy cousin, who were brother and sister, got caught watching porn when they were 8 years old by their mom.
okay.
I was like, dude, 8 years old, holy shit. I didn't ask like what it was, but at that point, 8 years old for them, it might have been on the internet. It would have been really crude, but I'm
Yeah.
like, did they find some videos of like their parents and were watching them? That's what
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell myself because it's just
Yeah.
a hell of a lot more funny that way. And then the other one was segregating my white GI Joes from the black ones in kindergarten. And then I asked them to elaborate on this. I didn't get a response back, but stealing a mini cannon from the George Washington Museum.
Okay.
Oh, my lucky stars! A Negro!
It's like that fucking segregating your GI Joes, man.
That had to be Womb Raider.
God, no.
That's exactly
Nope.
who I was thinking.
I know you were. He is in the New England area, but no, not him.
I remember. I have a cousin that's much younger than me, and I was probably like 15, and she was, I don't know, like 3 or 4, playing with not, wasn't Weeble Wobbles, but it was like the Duplo bus set, like those like figurines, but they're like big and egg shaped. And like she's playing, like we're all like all the teenage like cousins and aunts and uncles are all talking, and she comes in with this. She's like with this thing. And she's got all like the figurines in this school bus, and she's like, so just so you know, this one goes in the back because he's black. And everybody's like, what?
Shit.
Pretty funny.
Holy fuck.
Kids do
Yeah,
so
Womb,
much
I was
racist
none
shit.
of these. You weren't.
Yeah, with Womb,
Holy shit.
Womb probably didn't submit any because the question is things you got caught doing. He probably just never got
Yeah,
caught
he never
doing
got
his
caught.
weird shit.
He's never been caught.
Womb Raider, you're like, sorry, bud, but you've definitely like seen your cousin naked a couple times,
I think the worst thing I was ever caught doing as a kid, I was 15 and it was New Year's Eve parties and I got drunk as fuck and I tried to like call my parents and be like, oh, I'm going to stay with so-and-so, but I did it too many times.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was that fucked up.
Yeah.
And then ended up spending the night with my sister because the high schoolers I was with somehow ended up at the college party that she was at, I guess there was a relation of one of the guys I was with like a sister, and he was like, "Oh, let's go over here." And so she was like, "I'm taking my 15-year-old sister with me," and I got grounded. That was the last time I ever got grounded too.
Fucking
So-
womb raider. Good God.
What did he say?
He said she's still. He said affirmative, and then the next line, she still tries to sleep with me when she's drunk. Good God, you just. I love
On
you.
that Fallout shit, man.
Yeah, I love you, buddy, but God, you're a degenerate. Yeah, it's on that fall. No cousin stuff.
He's not the one trying to fuck her.
True. So, anyways, that's the show. Oh, yeah, for Kurt Cobain's shotgun in the chat, I'll play it for you once.
Zero Dragons!
There you go. So, that was really loud. I need to turn that one down.
Yeah, no, I was like, whoa, that's louder than normal.
Well, when you go Leroy Jenkins, you crank it up to 11, son.
To be fair, MC also did the Leroy Jenkins too, so it was for both of y'all
It's
guys.
for both of you guys. So, you're welcome. Anyways, like we said at the top, like and subscribe on YouTube, rate and review on iTunes, go to Spotify, leave a 5-star, and walk away. I said that way too fast and way too clearly, which means I'm way too sober. So I need to correct that immediately because we're in a child-free house tonight. So you know what that means. My wife's priority is
Just a
sleep.
sippy
Anal.
poo.
No, my wife's probably already asleep. So
Just a sippy poo.
come on. Somebody, there we go. I can never get my cursor to go from one screen to the other. It drives me nuts. Anyways, for Jake, for Charlie, I'm Bill. This is Knitter Nation.